top, and then the 80-20 is going to be towards the back, so that way it will hang completely straight. Now,
whenever I'm doing a filler or any type of an edge to edge, I always like to use my screws. I do have a tutorial on that.
ruler itself, and I want to make sure to walk my hand with the ruler so that way I'm not holding my hand back here and the ruler is bobbing up and down and has the opportunity to go up and over. So in this middle block now, what I've decided to do is I'm going to do a square on point, and what I've done is I've located the center of each side so that way when I put my ditch ruler down, I'm going to aim for that. Line that up. 1, 2, 3, stop, reposition, line that up. 1, 2, 3, stop, reposition, line that up. 1, 2, 3, stop, reposition, line that up. 1, 2, 3. Now I've got that really cool square and a square motif going on, and so now what I'm going to do is I believe I'm just simply going to put a cross in here, and I'm going to put a few continuous curves, not a lot, coming down, over, this way, and this way. So coming from all 4 directions going in toward the center. Make my chalks. And now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to go ¾ inch, which will give me ½ inch, and then ½ inch, ½ inch, and I'll do that on each side. And again, ¾ inch up is going to give me a ½ inch down at the bottom because of the ¼ inch hopping foot. ¾ inch, ½ inch, ½ inch. That way I can just put the ruler right where my mark is rather than try to guesstimate ¼ inch away. Our mathematician Rich told me to do that rather than the traditional way that I used to do it. Okay, so now I'm going to line that up. Before I do that, come down just a little ways. Now I line that up. I want to make sure to keep this center all the way lined up on that chalk line. So now simply follow the diagonal till I hit the ruler. 1, 2, 3, stop, come back. I came back to the next mark there. I keep that lined up, and now I know where to come with my hopping foot, and I'm just going to crawl. 1, 2, 3, stop, bring it back, put my ruler right on the spot that it needs to go on, make sure that my back tail here is lined up where it needs to be, come back, 1, 2, 3, stop. Now I'm going to come from this side, and I'm going to go ahead and I am going to go to 1/4 inch there, because I'm changing my ruler here. 1, 2, 3, stop. Follow that ditch, just take it slow. Come up, go to 1/4 inch because I need 1/2 inch. So I've got my 1/4 inch hopping foot. 1, 2, 3. Follow that diagonal, take my time, go to 1/4 inch, make sure that my line follows back to the center. 1, 2, 3, stop. Now I'm going to head up. I'm going to go up here to my 1/4 inch, follow that up, come back, which is going to give me 1/2 inch. 1, 2, 3, slide up on that line, take my time, 1/4 inch, stay there, come back. 1/4 inch on the ruler equals 1/2 inch quilted because you have your, of course, 1/4 inch hopping foot you got to add in. Go up there, 1/4 inch, make sure that my back is lined up there. Come back. 1, 2, 3, stop. I'm going to go down a little ways. Now I'm going to go ahead and now I can repeat the same process. Again, we're working our way into the middle. Let me redarken my lines there. Excuse my head. Okay, so I need to go down just a little bit. Line up my center line. 1, 2, 3. Travel up on the diagonal. Reline up. Get that lined up. 1, 2, 3. Travel the diagonal. Take my time. Line that up. Where's my line? There it is. Get that. Make sure that this line stays straight across. 1, 2, 3. Stop. Lock. Lock. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead, trim my tail, pull away so you can see that, and that looks awesome. Now we've got to decide what we're going to do in these corners. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up at a 45-degree angle in all of the white, follow this over, 45, follow that down, 45, follow that over, 45, and then I am going to stop there. And then what I think I'm also going to do is add one more, and I'm going to split this distance in half, and then I'm going to repeat the same process. I feel that if I do that, I was going to do some fancy stuff in there, but you know, we need a little bit of resting spot for our eyes. So I figured if I went ahead and did that in there, that's going to bring that to life without really overtaking it. Line that up. Come down. Take that up out of the way without cutting thread. What I'm going to do now, I'm simply going to grab my ruler. I want to see from this corner over to here. It's a little more than 2.5 inches. So half of 2.5 inches is going to be, let me see, 1 1/4. So I'm going to go to 1 1/4, right about there. So again, I'll do the same thing on all 4 sides. Almost 2.5. I'm going to center that a little bit. Half of 2.5, 1 1/4. Line that up, a little more than 2.5. I'm going to fudge it a little bit, get that right in the center. Go to 1 1/4. Center that. 1 1/4. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my 45-degree ruler. I'm going to go right up there. Going to line that up. Give myself a line there. Repeat the same thing. Get my 45-degree on that square. Go right up to my mark. Darken that a little bit. Same thing, 45-degree here. Turn, line that up. 45-degree. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go in and put in those quilted lines. Go to there. 1, 2, 3, stop. Travel the ditch. I could drag, or I could just lock stitches, break thread, and come back down. But sometimes I simply just follow that around. Depends on what's going on my audio book. Okay, and I just saw that I don't have my lid on my blue pen. We want to make sure to keep our lids on our blue pens. And don't forget, I'm not going to store this blue pen in a cup straight up and down this way or straight up and down that way. They always get stored laying on their side, and they get stored inside of a Ziploc baggie. That way the ink does not dry up. Okay, so now I have all 4 sides of that. Lock my stitches, needle up, move away, grab my thread, come back, and then I want to show you real quick, once I snip this, sorry about my open spots there, my dog and I were playing and she got a little rambunctious. Okay, so now we've got that really cool design going on here. So we have our bird, Let me kind of move this out of the way. Have Rich take you over to the bird. So we've got our bird block, and I'm going to repeat this. Remember, these blocks are all offset. So the bird is here. On the next row, the two birds are here. And then the last row, the bird is back in the center because it's a 9-patch wall hanging. And so I'm going to repeat everything that we've done on these two blocks, because these are the only two blocks in the quilt, throughout the whole thing. And then once that's done, and I finish the bottom border, which is exactly what we did earlier with the chevron, then we're going to come back and I'm going to show you that how I'm going to fill this. And who knows how I'm going to change my mind once I get to that point.